Welcome, everyone, to episode number 98 of Talking Kentucky. My name is Coleman Scott. His name is Caden Holmes. And tonight I am not in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I'm in Frankfort, Kentucky, which I'm very glad about. Caden is in Bowling Green, Kentucky still, which I passed through on my way to Frankfort. And Caden, we got to throw some steaks on the grill, got to ride in the Nissan, got to go to some Wide Squirrel, got to do a lot of good stuff.
Explain the Nissan thing so everyone understands.
Oh, I was planning on it. Trust me. When you have a 475,000 mile Nissan, you got to talk
me.
about it. So, not Caden. Not Caden. For the record, this is not Caden. So, I pull up to Caden's house, right, in Bowling Green, and I'm with my girlfriend, Betsy, who's visiting Kentucky for the first time. So, this is a really great introduction to Kentucky for her. So, we pulled into Caden's house. And right behind us, Caden and Jonathan pull in, and Jonathan pulls in on his Nissan, which is not just any Nissan. It's a 2006 Nissan with 475,000 miles on it, and Caden still
and
runs
it sounds
like
it.
I
wouldn't say a charm.
I mean, it got us from point A to point B. So if you're using the Dave Ramsey method, I think that's a car that's a charm. It gets you from point A to point
if
B.
it was a cat, it would be on its last life right now. We can just say that. Well, I mean, explain everything that happened while we were just in the car. I mean, part of the door fell off in Betsy's hand. Something was rattling, and Jonathan said, "Well, that's new."
We should say that. So there's a series of things that happened. So, I should say last summer when I was at your house, we were kind of in your kitchen. And you're like, these cabinets are old, and you go to open a cabinet, and the handle just, actually the whole drawer just came off. So that was one thing. And then this year, when we get in Jonathan's car, Betsy goes to close the door, and the whole handle of the door just falls off. So I feel like, you live someplace different every time I come to visit you, and then new things fall off of your new house every time I come to visit you. So, yeah. And so we just rode downtown, right? It wasn't far. How far
a few miles.
Just a few
miles. Right? Yeah.
So, but in those few miles.
But he made it back to Columbia fine, which is an hour. So, I think at this point, Nissan needs to like send this to Nissan and say, like, here's proof that I have a Nissan and it's got like 500,000 miles, and they need to supply him with a new car.
I think so. If you get 500,000 miles out of a car, but if we heard as many noises as we did going from your house to downtown, I can't imagine how many noises he heard going from Bowling Green to Columbia. But we heard like a rattling. It almost sounded like the heat shield or something like that. Or maybe the inside of the car. Maybe it was the engine. I don't know. But he said, "Oh, that's new." And then there was some kind of other flapping noise, I think. Something going on.
It cracks me up. It's like the first time he met you all in person was that day. And the first thing he says, instead of, "Hey, I'm Jonathan," the first thing he says is, "Hey, you want to see what 475,000 miles looks like?"
That's right. Yeah. And then I said, "It's nice to meet you, Jonathan." I'm Coleman, because that's the thing. I've gotten to know Jonathan really well through, Kentucky athletics and through the show and everything. For the record, Jonathan is Caden's brother, in case anybody didn't know that. And then Cody as well, who I've still yet to meet, because Cody didn't make it to the party the other night. But nevertheless, the master barbecuer didn't come to the party, but Caden, we still did some barbecuing. We went out, we grilled some steaks, four ribeyes. Okay, and they were quality, in my opinion. You said they're a little.
Yeah, I highly recommend the. No, we just didn't. We didn't time the food as well as I would have liked, but it was great, and we used the old Oklahoma Joe Rambler charcoal grill. Cooked them right up.
Good. Rambler, yeah, we got that Rambler rattling there at the end. Man, that neat. How hot was the grill? We jokingly
it had to be
said
600 or 700,
but it was pretty close. It may have been 700 degrees about the end there. And then we got up, later that night, like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. Go jump the charcoal out. Man, that thing's still 450, 500 degrees. You still could have grilled a steak on that thing
Yeah, I
they
have a
might.
burn. I have a burn on my hand for proof. So
That's right, you do. That's got some battle scars there. Um, but those steaks were good. I'm not sure how the steak was possibly lukewarm after being on. How long did those steaks take to cook? They took like
a minute and a half each side, probably. Not
Jonathan
long.
said. And that's the other thing about the grill. Johnson said, I'm worried that the coals are going to cool off there, and then like 7 hours later, it's still
Yeah, so
500
no, we don't have
degrees.
anything to worry about, Jonathan.
You're like, no, it's gonna be fine. And then Jonathan
I think
said,
I said the same thing to Cody a few weeks ago, and he's like, "No, it'll be fine."
so it's a learning
You,
experience.
yeah,
Yeah, it's a learning curve. And then you said, man, I don't know if these, or Jonathan said, man, Caden, I think they're done. Or I don't know if they're done yet. And then you turned them over, and
it was
Jonathan's like,
charred.
okay, they're done. Yeah. So
Hey, that's
yeah,
not the only thing we did though. You got to experience Cheney's barn,
we got to go
which
to
I had in my
Cheney.
background about a month ago. So, what do you
I've
think?
been
Did it live up to the hype? Would you go back?
I've been hearing some good things about Cheney's Dairy Barn, and yes, I would go back. I got the banana pudding ice cream. It was very good. Had little vanilla wafer pieces in it. I thought it was very good. Yeah, I thought it was awesome. I would definitely go back. Yeah, I got to try some other flavors. I like that it was an actual barn, like on an actual farm. There were cows and stuff, so I feel like that really added to the ice cream experience there. So
Yeah, next time you can take a tour and can see how like the whole place runs and get to see them milk the cows or whatever and everything. They do everything there.
Madeline says, "What does Betsy think of the bluegrass so far?" Well, I ask her that question often, and she thinks she says she loves it, and she kind of lingers on the word love. So I think that's a good sign, Caden. It's hard to come to Kentucky and not love it. I mean, that's just my opinion, but Caden, I
Yeah,
feel
we were
like
just talking earlier about how different every part of the state is. I mean, you got the lakes in the far west, you got the cave country around where I'm at, you got the rolling hills in central Kentucky, and then you got the mountains in eastern Kentucky. So really, no matter what you want, it's a couple hours away.
and you got everything. And Claude said he's got an electric scooter. He got an electric scooter today. I'd like to see Claude on an electric scooter, Caden. I bet he can tear that thing up.
Yeah, he can send us video evidence of.
He
I guess look his profile picture. He's even got it in his profile picture now. So
Madeline says you should bring her up here to see the Tiger. Yeah, that's right. Do we have an update on the Cincinnati Tiger from last week?
I thought she meant LSU, but no, she's talking about the Cincinnati one. Yeah, I don't know.
She's an LSU expert. She's seen Mike the Tiger several times at LSU, but no, I don't know if we actually have an update on the Cincinnati Tiger. But Caden, I still feel like you're probably right. It's probably just a drunk, or a druggie that thought they saw a tiger, but they didn't actually see one. So
yeah, Madeline says it's fake news. I think I'd agree with that.
There's a lot of fake news out there these days. So
yeah, there is. I try to ignore it.
That's a good method. But we got a lot to talk about tonight. The Batcats are going to the College World Series. They're going to Omaha for the first time ever. So we're going to talk about that for sure. We're going to talk about some Mark Pope and Kentucky basketball, and we're going to talk some Reed Shepherd. I'm going to talk some other things tonight, Caden. So, one of the things I did the other night, when you're in Kentucky, you got to, and especially if you're a musician, you got to go out and hear some live music, Caden. So I took Betsy to see Miles Oslin's Little Big Band the other night in Lexington. Caden, would you have it any other way? I mean, that's what you got to do. You got to go here.
So it's called So it's called Little Big Band now instead of Dojo since Vince isn't there?
Dojo still exists, but the Little Big Band has always been a thing. It's separate.
Oh.
It's 2 trumpets, 1 trombone, 3 saxes, and a rhythm section. So it's literally a little big band. So
yeah, I didn't know that even existed. I don't think I've ever seen them.
Sure does. They don't play often, but when they do, you got to go see them. But Dave Ashley was the lone trombone player. So, do you remember Dave Ashley, Caden?
No. Was he involved with the? Am I supposed to know him? Was he involved in the trumpet studio?
I know. I just feel like everybody knows Dave Ashley. I'm sure if he's listening back to this, he'll appreciate it. It's like, you remember Dave Ashley? No. But
sorry, Dave. I'm from Western Kentucky. Don't know you.
That's all good. No, but anyway, as a trombone player, he informed me of the rumor that apparently Mark Pope plays the trombone. So he said, I need you to find out, because you've got more connections than me. I need you to find out if Mark Pope actually plays the trombone or not. And Caden, this weekend, I'm going to the little Club Blue in Lexington at the Kentucky Horse Park, the Club Blue meet and greet. So I'm going to get to meet Mark Pope. And
can anyone go to that, or do you have to donate money?
Oh, you have to donate money. It's a club. It's the NIL thing. It's Club Blue. So
you already donated money.
I already donated. Yes, I'm in the club. I'm in Club Blue, so that's why I'm able to go meet Mark and the team. But Caden, do you think I should ask Mark Pope if he plays the trombone? So I'm gonna go up and meet him and take a picture with him, and then I'll immediately ask him if he plays the trombone. Do you think many people will ask him that?
You might be the only, but I think it's a valid question from a trumpet player to a Kentucky basketball coach.
Well, if I tell him that we play the trumpet and if he played the trombone, do you think he'll come on the show? Because I think that certainly increases our chances at some point.
He's probably got to get it approved from Mitch first, but maybe after that happens.
I think so. Madeline's already saying ask Mark to join us on the show. And by the way, she confirmed that there is only one fork in Kentucky. It is.
Yeah. Speaking of fake news, that article was fake news.
Well, I did pass Franklin, Kentucky on the way up to Frankfort, Kentucky. So I didn't make it.
You should have stopped and saw it. It's probably a few miles from where you were.
I thought about it, but I didn't make it off to see the fork, so I didn't do that. But have regrets. Maybe I'll make it back down there and do that and see the fork. I think that'd be something good. Mike Dowd said, I was actually going to ask our audience this, because I haven't heard any update on this either. Does Will Riley commit to Kentucky next week? Caden, he visited last week, and I'm sure Mark Pope listened to your suggestion of taking him to the Arboretum and Kentucky Native Cafe, which, by the way, I am going to do that on Saturday after I take, Betsy is also a Club Blue donor now. So she's fully on.
What do you have to do? Donate $1 and then you get to go meet them? How does that work?
I think there's a minimum amount you have to donate. And
what's the minimum?
You can go meet them. I think it's like $25 or something like that.
Okay.
So it's a little more than $1. It's a few more dollars, but okay, I would.
That's like 2 drinks at Starbucks. So just don't go to Starbucks one day and donate your money instead.
That's good. See, Mike's is $25
a month.
$25 a month.
Wait, so this is a reoccurring thing?
Well, it's a subscription, but I mean, don't tell anybody.
Is it like Patreon? 3 months?
It's not the 3 month thing. I mean, don't tell it. I was going to donate my $25 for the month, go meet Mark Pope, and then probably duck out. But don't tell anybody I said that.
Considering you just said it live, he's probably not going to come on the show now.
Well, I don't think it funds his salary directly, so I don't think he'll be too mad. I think he'll forgive me. Claude's going to go to KS Bar and Grill to watch the baseball game on Saturday. So that's he's going to be in Lexington too. So
who do we play? NC State? Is that it? Is that right?
Play NC State. That's right. Yep.
That's like my favorite North Carolina team, because I hate every other one of them.
Yeah, that's not saying much. Say they're your favorite North Carolina team. I could think of some other analogies to say that, but I won't, because we're on the air. But
yeah, Will Riley. I think I saw it's either Illinois or Kentucky, but I think Illinois is the favorite right now, with Kentucky second from what I saw. So
why would you want to go to Illinois? What's in Illinois besides Chicago? I don't understand why you would want to. They don't really have a good. They didn't really have a good basketball history, do they? I mean, I feel like Illinois is always ranked high. maybe they've won a couple championships. I don't know, but when I think of Illinois,
they got a good music program, but I don't think Will Riley is concerned about that.
I don't think, and they probably don't have an arboretum, and they certainly don't have Kentucky Native Cafe.
Hey, you're making fun of me for this arboretum thing, but you know just as well as me, that's a special place.
Well, I was gonna say, like, I'm taking Betsy with me on Saturday, so I'm gonna bring her, and I'm gonna do the Will Riley treatment. Gonna take her to Kentucky Native Cafe and the Arboretum. I feel like that's the good recruitment thing to do. By the way, since I'm back in Kentucky, back here, I've got my bourbon behind me. You got Buffalo Trace, Woodford Reserve, Four Roses, and Wild Turkey there. So that's 4 good ones, Caden.
Hey, that reminds me.
Yeah.
For our viewers, who has done the bourbon trails, and let us know if it's worth it and where to go.
Caden is a prospective bourbon trail person, so you got to let Caden know if it's worth it.
I'm not a big bourbon fan, but I respect it, obviously, since I'm Kentuckian. But I just kind of want to see what the trails are all about.
Hey, Buffalo Trace is a good one. It's not technically on the Bourbon Trail. I've done Woodford. It's pretty decent too. Haven't done Four Roses, but I've been to Four Roses. And I've done a couple other ones too. So yeah, you got a Log Still is another underrated one. That's in Bardstown, Kentucky. So you got to do that one. That's a good one too. They say that faith, family, and friends are the most important things. And then when you get those 3 right, bourbon adds to it. I would tend to agree with that. I think that's good stuff. But Caden, I was looking. I thought our Huffington Post article last week was such a good hit with the 11 foods that don't go bad. I felt like that really got the conversation going. So I felt like I would go back to the Huffington Post this week and kind of double dip here 2 weeks in a row. And I found this article saying things people over 80 reveal that they're the worries that they regret having that when they were young. So things that
wait. Can you repeat that?
So that was the long version. They're the things that people over 80
tell it like it's on a 3rd grader.
Okay, so like people over 80, right? So like
got it.
old people. Reveal, that means they reveal.
They'll let you know. Yeah.
They'll let you know the worries that they regret having, the worries that they wish they didn't have.
Pointless worries.
Pointless worries when they were young. So when they were not 80.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah. Madeline says it's like people on their deathbed. Right. Yes. Exactly. So things people over 80 sort of regret worrying about when they were young. That's what I tried to say the first time. So I won't have you guess these, but I kind of want to go through them individually here. So number 1 is they wish they didn't care what people thought about them. I'm kind of already there with them, Kate. And I kind of already
get three trumpet degrees and then get back to you.
Yep, that'll do it. Yeah, look, Madeline already said caring too much about what other people think. Yes, you nailed it. Yeah. So that's the first one. The second one, they wish they didn't stress so much about the outcome of situations. So not worrying so much, like Caden, if you don't win NTC, like it's not really that big of a deal, Yeah,
because as we know, that does not equal job.
That does not equal job. No, not always. So they wish, number 3 here, they wish they didn't worry about being bored when they were tired. But I feel like that's something I haven't ever worried about. Like
being bored when you're tired. What's that mean?
No, when you're retired.
Oh, retired.
Retired.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes. I don't worry about that though. I feel like there's a lot of things on my bucket list. I don't think I'll be bored when I'm retired. Like I don't think I get bored very easily.
When you play trumpet, you never get to retire.
That's right. You got to fire it up every day. you got to keep the thing fired up, man. Like you're never going to get bored when you're playing trumpet. So next thing here, they wish they didn't care so much about their appearance. That's the next one. I guess that's true. Like, I guess when you get older, like everybody's just gonna get ugly eventually, right? I feel like everybody's just
Yeah,
gonna
but
get
at the
old and
same
ugly.
time, our body's a temple, right? So you gotta
Yeah,
at least take care of it. Watch what you
you gotta
eat. Maybe
care.
go to the gym and do a 1.67 mile run every now and then, right, Coleman?
Hey, that's something else we did in Bowling Green. Not necessarily because we care about our appearance, but we care about just getting out there and staying healthy and everything. So we did. What was the name of that park? The Loops, the Loop at Bowling Green.
The loops at Lovers Lane. Yeah,
The Lovers at Loops. The Loops at Lovers. Yeah, something
yeah.
like that.
It was real cute that me and Coleman were at
Yeah,
the park in Lovers Lane.
we were the Lovers at Loops. No, just kidding. We definitely weren't. So I hadn't run in like over a month. Caden said over here saying he's done twice a week and everything, and I just go out there and I try to get her done. Just go out there and run a mile and a half. And Caden,
Yeah, but you say that like you haven't ran in like you've done 10 years of running. So
I have, but I still haven't run in a
me
month.
doing twice a week, I still couldn't keep up with you.
Yeah. Well, you're going to get there. I feel like we need to get you doing a race. We need to get you doing a 5K or 10K soon. I think that would be good.
I'll start with 5, probably.
5's
would
good.
Be smart.
Madeline says it's going to be in the high 90s next week. Her running's going to be inside. Caden, I mean, one thing Madeline asked earlier if Betsy likes the bluegrass. She does. She likes the weather so far compared to Louisiana, but Caden, I feel like it's been unseasonably cool here. So I told her not to get used to it because it's
about to get rough.
It's about to get rough next week. I feel like it's gonna heat up. Mike says if he were over 80, he couldn't remember what he regretted, which I feel like it's fair. When I'm 80, I feel like I'm not going to be able to look back and say, "Oh, I regret this," but like I can't even remember what I had for breakfast. Okay, so I feel like I'm not going to be able to remember that.
I just think in general, like worrying about when you're 80, you're going to realize what was the most important things that you should have focused on a little bit more.
Absolutely.
And like you said, winning the national trumpet competition probably wasn't one of them.
They wish the next one here. They wish they didn't care so much about their appearance. We actually already did that one. They wish they didn't catastrophize about the world ending. So, yeah, I feel like that's something we all do, right? We all kind of say, "Oh, when's Jesus coming back?" Kind of thing. Oh, there's an earthquake.
People have been saying that for hundreds of years, I'm sure. Yeah.
Everybody thinks it's going to be their generation, right? But the reality is we never know when it's going to be over. So it's not really worth worrying about in the first place. Worrying doesn't change.
How many years? How many times has everyone said the world's going to end? So there's like 2000. Yeah. Then there was 2012, right? The Mayan calendar.
That was a big one. Yeah. 2012.
There's a third one that was even before 2000, which obviously we don't remember, but
right.
I feel like it happens all the time. People come up with quote unquote proof that the world's ending.
Right. They wish people, next one here, they wish people didn't bother worrying about getting back at someone. So it's seeking revenge, Caden. You don't need to seek. I mean, for having a Bible study here, vengeance is the Lord's, right? So you don't need to worry about getting back at people or anything.
Speaking of Bible study, Clyde's that's how it is.
Clyde's out here speaking true. Jesus will come back when God says, "Go save my children." Yeah, that's right.
Talking Jesus.
We're talking Jesus tonight. So if you would get your Bible study in here tonight, for some, they didn't worry at all, and it served them well. So some 80-year-olds are looking back on their life and saying that they didn't worry and that they've had a good life. Okay, and that's what I want to do when I'm 80. I want to look back and say,
that's rare though.
Worry. Yeah, how many people? What percentage of people you think that is? Like 1%?
Yeah, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm 80, and everything just went perfect."
That will not be me. I can tell you that right now. That will not, because I can't even say that at 27. So, much less 80. I'm going to say that at. So I'm going to ask Mark Pope if he plays the trombone. Okay, do you think there's anything else I should ask Mark Pope? Maybe if he wants to come on the show, I'll wear a Talking Kentucky hat. If anybody's going to be there, I'll be there. So I'll take Arena at the horse park. If anybody else is there, okay. I feel like if nobody recognizes me with a Talking Kentucky hat on in Lexington at a UK event in a big pool of UK people, but people recognize Caden and Bowling Green at Meyer. I feel like I'm going to be a little. I feel like I'm going to be a little disappointed. So I'm kind of hoping that this is my time to shine. I kind of hope that somebody's gonna recognize me there. So, Caden, do you think this is it for me? This is the moment that we both become recognized.
It could be. I mean, we do have a pretty good Western Kentucky following so far.
It seems like it.
Wildcat country, and I guess Eastern Kentucky too with Josh. Josh been there from the beginning, but it could be your chance.
Clyde, or Caden, Clyde doesn't know this. So I don't even think he wasn't back on the show yet. Last week was Clyde's first time back on the show in a while, I feel like. So Caden was recognized in Bowling Green at Meyer. Somebody came up and said, hey, I watch you, which can be interpreted in a number of different ways, but came up and said, hey, I watch you. So somebody recognized Caden, and I'm just waiting for the day that happens to me at Meyer or anywhere else.
Yeah, but I try to add it was Wildcat Country, who has like thousands of followers.
Yeah, still, I mean,
nice guy.
It's like saying a celebrity recognized you, or that makes you even more of a celebrity, I think.
I should have got his autograph on my hat.
Caden, do you know a lot about beer? This is not a trick question. I'm genuinely asking.
I feel like you basically just asked me if I'm an alcoholic. So what?
No, I did not. No, you don't have to be an alcoholic to know about beer. I'm just asking if you know like a lot of beer trivia. Like if I say like
trivia,
well, not trivia, but saying like what's an IPA? Like if I ask you what's an IPA or what's a wheat ale or stuff like that, like would you be able to tell me those things?
I know kind of like what it tastes like. As far as like trivial facts, not so much.
You know what it tastes like. Well, that's the important thing. But you know a beer like the beer triple. Like I'm gonna get a triple.
Like a triple IPA?
Not like a triple. Well, I have one.
Okay.
I've
put some hairs on your chest, didn't it?
It did. It will put some hairs on your chest, but no, not a triple IPA, just it's called a triple, and it's spelled TRIPL.
I mean, I'm assuming that's the size of the beer, but no, I don't know exactly how much beer it is.
It's not a size of the beer, actually. It's a type of beer. So it's like a Bock or an IPA or like whatever.
Okay.
Pilsner, like whatever. It's a type of beer, but I've never known what it meant. But Caden, I looked it up tonight, what a triple is. And you know what it is monks back in the day, Trappist monks, when they make beer, they would mark X's on the like beer barrels. And 1X meant regular, 2X meant kind of strong, and triple X meant the strongest. So a triple is
really like 10% alcohol content.
It's like 10 to 12%. Yeah. So a triple is like a really strong beer. So I learned something about beer today. I just thought I'd share it on the show.
But in a way, that's the same thing as like it could be pretty related to having a double IPA, a triple IPA.
Yeah,
it's the same thing for it's the strength, it's the alcohol content. I'm pretty sure that's in. Is that
what it is? Like, so double. I thought a double IPA was just like hop. That just meant it was hoppier. Does that mean it has more alcohol?
It's probably both.
Okay.
If I had to guess, I don't know though for sure.
Well, then you're right. I mean, the triple IPA will put some hair on your chest, like you said. That absolutely will. Did you see Reed Shepherd's vertical at the NBA Combine? The smooth transition, I know. Did you see Reed Shepherd? Did you see Reed Shepherd's vertical at the NBA Combine?
Yeah, wasn't it like 50 inches or something?
It wasn't quite 50 inches. It was 42. Yeah,
42.
It was 42.
Okay.
Yeah, it was 42. That was the highest vertical in the entire combine. Now, if you asked me like this time last year,
I thought it was until like the end. I thought a few people got over him. Wouldn't we talking about that with Brad?
I wasn't talking about that with Brad. You may have been talking about that with Brad. I don't think so, man. I think he had the highest one in the combine. But
okay, I could
still,
be wrong.
Man, 42 inches. Now, but my point is, last summer, would you have guessed that Reed Sheppard was going to go to the NBA draft and have a 42-inch vertical?
No, he's an example of someone who is highly, highly underrated. And I think we've had others like that, like Tyler Ulis, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Mm-hmm. Do you think of anyone else? I mean, maybe even Devin Booker. He wasn't rated high when he was coming to college.
I feel like there's been an unprecedented amount of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander talk on the show in the past few weeks. I feel like which we should talk about that too. Kate and I played 2K 2024. We played some WNBA for a little bit. That was fun. But we also played the blacktop, and we did 3-on-3, and we all picked Kentucky players. I think Caden, who did I pick? I picked I was PJ Washington. I had Shea, PJ Washington, and De'Aaron Fox. I forget who'd you have?
I can hardly even remember at this point. I had like
you still beat me. I remember you had Carl Towns because you beat me with the Carl
Towns
3. Yeah. The Carl Towns 3 buzzer beater. I'm still mad about that. But anyway, you had two other
I thought you'd be more mad about the Steph Curry dropping 50 on you.
Yes, Steph Curry hit about 75 threes on me. I don't know how that's. I think the game is rigged. I think.
Well, when you pick the Bulls, the 96 Bulls, of course I'm going to pull out the Warriors. So it's just how that goes.
Well, Shai Gilgeous in that blacktop game was pulling up from just everywhere on the court, which I don't really remember him doing in real life, but that's okay. But anyway, yeah, carry on. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, yeah, these other guys that have just overperformed and everything at Kentucky. We've had a lot of those, and Madeline's saying, and again, how is he doing all this and played so badly at that last game? I can't let that go. Yeah, I mean, it's possible. Like everybody's human, everybody's gonna have a bad game, and unfortunately, that might be in the tournament, Caden. But I feel like it doesn't take away from how sad it is, and it sucks that he had to go out like that because that was a special team, and to lose in the first round, it did suck.
Yeah, but this isn't the first time this exact same thing has happened. It's not just him. It seems like the last 3 or 4 years, especially, the freshmen just get tight going into the tournament.
They do.
And so, like, what was that? Was that just their experience? Was it coaching? Was it both?
I'd say it's coaching. It's definitely a lot of coaching. We know that.
It is the coaches. It is on the coach to get their players to perform.
Yes.
And in 2012, our freshmen performed. So I don't really know what changed, but we have a new coach now.
Hey, it's a new era. He understands the assignment. Do you think I should ask Mark Pope if he understands the assignment this weekend? Or do we not need to ask him that?
Oh, I'm not going to say that. Yeah, you should ask him that.
Okay. Yeah, and he's going to say no. I know what I should ask him. Is
say, Mark Pope, remind me what's the assignment at Kentucky? Can you just remind me?
Yeah, I could ask him the assignment, or I could say, Mark, can you tell me who's in the house tonight? And he'll say UK. So, but hey, guys, we'll go ahead and open up the phone lines. We'd love to hear from y'all tonight. Anybody wants to call in 502-234-1504. They should work as always. We never know if they will or not until we take a call, but they should be fine. So, but man, Caden, I know neither one of us are very big baseball fans, but I feel like the first time that Kentucky gets to the Super Regional, you got to watch it, right? You gonna watch the Super Regional?
You just let me know the day and time. I'll check it out.
Let's do it. We got a call coming in here. It's probably out of here. You're on the phone with Talkin Kentucky. Who's this?
It's the homie. It's Clyde.
It's the homie. What's up, Claude?
with the scooter.
What's going on, guys? How y'all been?
Oh man, we're doing good. How's your scooter?
It's good. I've been taking it for a spin all day today, and me and my buddy, he helped me go get it, and he's the one that was telling
Was
me
that
about it.
Yazin?
You know, if you go on I think Amazon, they're originally $300, but this dude was selling it for $120.
Now, was this Yazin that helped you?
That dude sounds sketchy.
No. My other buddy.
Your other buddy. Okay, gotcha.
My other buddy that has the exotic car. Did I ever tell you that I had a friend that has an exotic car before?
No.
No,
You didn't.
I never said that in the old group chat we had. I never mentioned that once.
I don't think you did. No, you had so you got scooters and cars and everything now. So
I don't. Well, my mom drives the car. I drive the scooter. But anyways,
that's
and
fair.
I'm still trying to get once I get the full hang of this scooter, it's over.
It's over. What are you gonna?
What's that mean?
Yeah, what's it mean? It's over. Yeah.
It's over. It's over. Get out of my way, people. Clyde's coming.
Okay. Well, there we go. It's like Ed
Deion
Orgeron
Sanders.
said. Yeah, Deion Sanders. We coming. Well, man, are you? So you're gonna watch the baseball game on Saturday? You're gonna cheer on the Batcats?
Yes, sir. I'm excited. I cannot wait. I still need to go get me a World Series hat and a World Series shirt. I still have not yet to do that, but I definitely need to get. Yeah, I got to get one too, because it's a part of history, you know. And honestly, I was listening to KSR yesterday, and they had Tom Hart on with Ryan and Drew and Shannon, because where Matt Jones, he's on like a 2-month vacation.
I need that vacation time. Yeah,
man, I'm telling you, the amount of money he has to go and do all of this, man lives good for himself. You can't hate on that, for real.
It's that Mitch McConnell book.
Y'all know me. Y'all know I like Matt Jones anyways. I know a couple of people don't, but that's fine with me. I like Matt Jones. But anyways, I'm excited. I watched the interview right after we won it, and seeing Mingione just talk about God and how he talked about how he surrendered to the Lord, to give his team more of a chance. And, he talked about it, and just his overall character. I think he's a great, great human being. I know a couple of years ago, people was like, well, we need to fire this guy. We ain't going nowhere. And I'm just thinking, hold up. We're not that great of a baseball team anyways. Give him just give him more of a chance. Let him get in. Let him do his work. Let him get players to come here. Well, I feel like basically ever since I said that, look what has happened. Last year we ran into a really good LSU team that was very good. They were going to win it all anyways.
Yeah, they wanted it right. Yeah, no matter what.
And now look how things have turned around. Although we are missing our best pitcher, Williams, and the other guy that we're missing too, that has I think a season-ending injury. But overall, this team, they just understand, what's in front of them, and
they understand the assignment.
Hey, we call Mark Pope here, man. I tell you, I haven't been able to talk about that press conference. I tell you what. That Mark Pope press conference is probably the greatest thing I've ever seen, besides the celebration for the 2012 National Championship. That Mark Pope conference was absolutely incredible. It made me want to run through a brick wall. I swear to you, it got me so pumped. And
oh man, I know it was awesome. I didn't expect a crowd when I was watching that, but seeing them drive the bus in the Rupp Arena and him getting off with the 90. Trophy, man, that I feel like that's what we all needed at that time.
I think just seeing the crowd's reaction every time he talked.
Him, like I said, I wasn't really with it because I'm like, what the heck are we doing? But after I slept on it, I woke up the next morning. I was like, you know what? Let's just do this thing. Let's see where we go from here, and let's just see what he does. Obviously, with his coach staff, he's brought in a very good coach staff and a bunch of good transfer players. It's just good to be able to breathe. I feel like we can all breathe because we're not cluttered by Cal's BS and his freshman logic. And, I haven't seen him or, want to talk about injuries or like Mark Stoops does the same thing though, to be honest. But I mean, with Stoops, he can get by with it because we're not that great of a football team anyways. But I feel like this football team this year will be a good team. I feel like they're going to be a lot of fun to watch. I'm actually very excited for Brock Vandegrift. I cannot wait to watch him run this offense. And our new coordinator, Bush Hampton, I'm excited for him. I mean, he seems to know what he's doing. He seems to be like a very smart guy. So I like him a lot. He came from Boise State, so I like what he can do with Brock, and I'm just very excited. Good things are happening. Our baseball team's in the World Series. Our basketball team is going to be fun. We're going to have a fun football season, and always don't forget about the ladies volleyball team with Coach Greg Skinner. They always are good too, so we got them as well. But it's good to be a Kentucky fan, especially with the Cats in the World Series.
Oh, it's a good time to be a Cats fan, man. Well, we appreciate you calling in as always, and go Batcats.
Wait, hold up. When are you coming into Lexington?
Oh man, I'm around most of the summer, so I'm sure, man. I'd love to meet you at some point. You've been watching forever.
Caden, is Caden still in? Is he still in the same part of Kentucky he's still in?
Yeah, he's down in Bowling Green, Kentucky now. So he's a little bit ways away, but we're all here.
That's fine. And maybe all of us can go to the bar and grill in KSR and have a beer together.
There you go. Hey, talking beer. Man, yeah, thanks for calling in as always. We appreciate it.
Yes, sir. Go Cats.
Go Cats. Yeah, the Mark Pope press conference, man. I'm excited to finally just go there and be amongst them. Just meet the team and meet Coach Pope and everything. It's like I'm finally I'm excited about it. I feel like my Kentucky basketball assignment is back.
Yeah, the best part was just he could barely even talk without "Go Big Blue" chants going on. That's what gave me chills during it. And what made me want to cry, because it's just what we've been missing for 7 years now.
It is. Oh, absolutely. 502-234-1504. Give us a shout. We'd love to hear from you guys. And did you see we're going to play Clemson in the ACC championship? Or not the championship, the ACC challenge.
Oh, I saw Brad.
SEC.
Yeah, Brad. I saw his message about that. Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Because we're already playing Duke, right? And then we play North Carolina most every year anyway. So when you look at all the other ACC opponents, you don't want to play Virginia because they're, as we've established.
Last year we played Miami, didn't we?
Yeah, and we just played Miami, so they're off the table too, right? So who you gonna play? So I actually don't have a problem with. It's like Kenny Payne, I don't have a problem with Clemson. So
we were so mad about Miami last year. They ended up being a top 25 team when we played them, and it kind of worked out, even though they lost a lot of games after that. I think dropped out, but maybe the same thing will happen with Clemson. I'm not too caught up on Clemson basketball, obviously, but
I'm not either. They were one game away from the Final Four though last year. People forget that they played Alabama in the Elite Eight, so they were almost there, and it's at Clemson.
I forgot about that. I didn't know they were in the Elite Eight.
That's right. It's at Clemson, as Mike Dowd says down here in the.
Hey, going back to that Riley thing, it cracked me up on this KS article. It says Riley will choose between finalists Alabama, Kentucky, Illinois, Arizona, and the New Zealand Breakers.
The New Zealand is that like a professional
He's thinking between Kentucky, Illinois, and New Zealand.
Okay, well,
that's a new one for me.
Who
would pick New Zealand over Kentucky? I think so.
I wouldn't. I certainly wouldn't pick New Zealand over Kentucky, but I could see if you're getting paid. Depending on the.
Do they have the Arboretum?
I don't think they have an arboretum. No, I don't. They don't have a Kentucky Native Cafe, so
They got great white sharks.
they might have some other things.
They
Yeah.
got a bunch of things that can kill you.
They got accents, different accents than us over there, but yeah, they do. Mike says that's the G League. Is it the G League?
New Zealand's got a G League? I thought that's a US thing.
I thought it was a US thing. Yeah. The G League's global now. It's a global league. You know, speaking of 2K, do they still have the G League on 2K? Because at one of the old 2Ks, they used to have the G League on there.
Is that what they replaced with WNBA?
Maybe so. Yeah, I played for the Sioux Falls Skyforce one time on my player because I sucked. My player's hard. I don't care what anybody says. My player on 2K, it's hard to play my player and it's hard to play defense on 2K.
Yeah, you almost have to let the computer player play it.
That's the trick. But I think I took for granted how hard it is to play video games because I feel like when I was playing you, it was hard, right? Like, I mean, you got to keep up your video game chops. I mean, I feel like you got more practice in than me. So,
well, I haven't really played 2K in a year or two, but I guess all the years of playing 2K, it's like riding a bike, right? It's like trumpet.
Is this one of those things like, you know, I haven't run in a little while.
Same thing.
I'm able to come back. Okay. So like 2K is like running in that way. Okay.
Yes.
That makes sense. Claude kind of with the comment of the day here. He says defense isn't really a thing in 2K or the NBA.
Oh, so they're trying to be realistic. That makes sense.
They're just trying to be realistic. That actually makes a lot of sense. I actually like that. Well, I was excited. Claude Harris says Caitlin Clark. You know, I was excited to play as Caitlin Clark in 2K on NBA, but she wasn't on there yet because it doesn't have the updated rosters on there.
Who did you use instead? Who was that center that was like 8 feet tall?
I was Brittany Griner.
Griner, yeah.
Yeah, she's just
she was a handful.
Under the basket, like the whole bar was green. It was like Michael Jordan.
It's like Shaq.
You know, the other thing, speaking of Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Michael Jordan is an overall 99 on 2K. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is a 97. So you tell me Michael Jordan's only 2 points better.
If that's the case, Jordan should be 120.
That's probably right.
At least.
That's probably right. I think so.
Nothing against Shai because he's great, but I mean, we're talking about the GOAT here.
We are. That's true. The greatest of all time, not LeBron. Madeline says, do you all ever wonder if Cal has any regrets? Could he be homesick? Well, you know, what I think actually happened with Cal is I think he actually did want to come back. You know, from what I've heard from people, you know, just as the story goes, I feel like the most accurate version of things I've heard is that, yeah, Cal wanted, he wanted to come back to Kentucky, but he sort of breached his contract when he was talking to Arkansas, which he can't do. And then Kentucky was going to be able to fire him with cause and not have to pay him the $33 million anyway. So they just kind of had a mutual separation of ways, I feel like. So the Caden, I can certainly see that. I can certainly see him. I mean, who would want to go to Arkansas or Kentucky? It doesn't make any sense.
See that, or I can see it got so bad that he figured that was his way out with the Chicken Man. So
Tyson Chicken Man. That's right.
I could honestly see it either way, and I'm kind of 50-50 on it. I'm not for sure.
Mike Dowd says, what do you guys think about Jerry West passing? Yes, I did see that. Man, it's crazy. I feel like so many like basketball icons have passed away lately because you got Bill Walton passed away recently, right? Who obviously played for John Wooden, and then he was a great, very entertaining sports commentator too. And then you got Jerry West passed away recently,
right?
So what's that?
Isn't he the logo, Jerry West?
You know what? I think you're right about that. I mean, I'm not an NBA expert, but I think you might be right about that.
It's either him or Pistol Pete. I think it's one of the two. I thought it was Jerry West. Yeah, Clyde confirms it. Yep.
Claude's saying he's the logo. So okay, well,
That's
I mean,
sad.
that's a big
That's a
deal,
very
right?
big deal.
So, but no, it is sad. But man, yeah, Bill Walton, and he was a hoot. Like he would, I think he ate a candle on the air one time. It's just like he's nuts, man.
He just
But
had to
it's
say off the
entertaining.
wall things.
He would. He would just start
He
making
would say
animal
something like,
noises.
it's kind of, he basically says stuff like you did, changing subjects a second ago. It just makes no sense.
Makes no sense. That's
You're
right.
like, Bill, where are you going with that?
Right. Yeah, he would just start making animal noises. Like I was watching he did a lot of Pac-12 games. So it was when I was living in Colorado, and it was actually only like 8 or 9 o'clock when some of these games were starting versus midnight. I was able to actually stay up and watch them at a decent hour. And man, he would, when I was watching Colorado games, he would be like, the Buffalo, start making noise. It's like, man, what are you doing? But he was entertaining. So it would be like going to commercial break, and it would just be doing like the ESPN, like but up there music, and then you just hear Bill going rah, 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 sound like Mitch McConnell or something back there. But anybody else that wants to call in, 502-234-1504. Don't be afraid to give us a shout. We don't bite. Yeah, you'll be all right. So
Coleman, do you know who has the best odds to win the World Series?
No, I do not.
It's our least favorite fans.
Tennessee, probably.
Yep.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, I saw
that
this.
Means they're not going to win, right?
No, I feel like if you're the favorite, how often does the favorite actually win? I mean, we were the favorite to win the championship, the basketball championship in 2015, obviously, and saw how that worked out. So I feel like those odds always work against you. They don't work in your favor. So
in Texas A&M's in second, and they're not going to win. It's going to be us, right? We're third, plus 450.
Yep. I like our chances. I'm telling you. And Madeline
have a good feeling about it.
Listen, I do too. It's now as good a time as ever. Making history, may as well keep making it. Madeline says, "What are your thoughts on us going all the way at the World Series?" Well, I think we'll take care of NC State. I'm gonna come on here and I'm gonna jinx us.
Like Oakland. I think you said the exact same thing.
Yeah, we'll take care of Oakland, and then we didn't. But yeah. But I do think we'll take care of NC State. But then I think we have to maybe play Texas A&M after that. We are getting a call in here, so it looks like it might be Josh Hart. So we're going to take this. You're on with Talkin Kentucky. Who's this?
Hey, it's Josh. What's up, Coleman?
What's up, Josh? How you doing, man?
Working, man. Working. Been trying to listen to the show and work at the same time. So,
yeah, man. What's going on?
Appreciate it.
Really ain't got like.
How about those Batcats? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, they were amazing. It was amazing. They whooped up on Oregon 10-0, and then they grinded out a gritty 1-3-2. So I was glad that they got to go to their first appearance of the College World Series. They got a special team, and there's some tough teams out there. Tennessee's tough. Really, all the SEC's tough. And
I thought you said Tennessee sucks. Yeah, but you said Tennessee's tough. Okay.
Yeah,
but they do suck. Well.
No, Tennessee sucks.
Yeah.
They are tough. They got a better record than us. They are a very, very good baseball team. But I think we have a good chance of. I think we got a good chance of just about anybody of winning the national title, and that would be huge.
Yeah.
Not only to the baseball program, but to UK athletics around.
Oh yeah, it's a good time to be a Wildcat right now for sure. But I feel like we need to have a segment on the show that's like, "Where in the world is Josh Hart this week?" So, Josh,
I'm in Center, Texas.
Okay, you're still in Texas, but I think you said you're going to Arizona next. Is that right?
What do you mean? You said I'm in Center Texas.
Oh, I'm talking to you.
Oh.
Do what now? Yeah, I'm in Center Texas right now. And then I go.
Okay, but you say you're
I go to Arizona.
Arizona next?
Yeah, I go to Arizona.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Gotcha. Well, man, it's hot down there. Yeah. Well, we've had better weather up here in Kentucky. I'm glad to be up here and not in Louisiana right now. So that's good.
It's hot here, but when we go to Arizona, I think we're going to go 4th of July week. We're supposed to. I'm going to be taking a couple of weeks off over vacation and get some rest.
There you go.
And I'm going home next week to Kentucky. And
sweet.
Can't wait to get home and take a couple of weeks off and spend some time with my family. And my brothers are coming in for the first time. I ain't seen my one brother in 4 years, another brother in almost 3.
Sweet.
So I'll be very, very happy to get home and spend some time before I go to Arizona. But
always good to come home. There's that one. There's that one quote. Gosh, I forget who said it, but it's on the side of the Kentucky History Center in Frankfort. And he said, "I've never met a Kentuckian that isn't going home, or at least thinking about going home." So,
what did Daniel Boone say? Kentucky's a heaven kind of place.
Kentucky's a heaven kind of place. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
I think that's what he said. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's very cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. I mean, I'm pretty happy back on the road now, but I do miss family. But I seen that you were in Frankfurt last week or a couple days
I'm still here.
ago.
I'm still here, man. Yeah.
Cool.
I'm around, so I'll be here for a little bit. So glad to be home. And yeah, it's Kentucky's a heaven kind of place.
Heck yeah. But I think overall, I think we're doing that. Kentucky athletics is going to excel. I mean, our tennis program's good, our softball program's good, our baseball program's good, our football program's pretty good. There's a lot of hype around that. Our basketball squad looking tough now, especially getting Robinson signed. And I think Kentucky athletics got rid of the cloud, and you know who I'm talking about. And I think we're going to go upward and onward, and we're just going to excel.
Hey man, I'm gonna go. I get to meet Mark Pope and the team on Saturday, so
oh, that's awesome, man. That's great.
Get together in Lexington, so it's gonna be fun. So, you have anything I should ask him?
Just ask him if he knows the assignment.
That's what
I think he does.
Yeah, that's what I was telling Caden. But well, all right, man. Thanks.
No, I'm just telling him we're thrilled to have him here. We're excited for what he's going to bring to the program. He's going to bring that new energy, something we've been missing for a long time. We're gonna, he doesn't just want to hang banners in Rupp for national championship. He wants to hang them SEC banners, and that's what matters so much. Because unfortunately, and I'm going to say his name, John Calipari didn't want to do that for us no more. He didn't care about the SEC. He didn't care about. Honestly, I don't even know if he cared about winning national titles anymore, Coleman. Because I think he was pretty much just, I want to get these guys to the next level, and I'm not knocking that. Them guys, I'm happy to see any kid that comes to Kentucky go to the next level and be successful. We've had a lot of NBA players do that, tons of talent that's in the NBA that was at Kentucky. But for him just to focus solely on that was bad, and I just can't wait till we whoop his butt all over court in Lexington when he comes there.
Hey, that's going to be a heck of a game. That's going to be a heck of an atmosphere when he comes in to Lexington for sure.
I don't think he'll be booed. I wouldn't boo him. I don't think. I mean, even though the last 5 years was dismal, the first 10 was great.
Yep.
Under John Calipari. So I think hopefully he gets a decent reception. He doesn't get booed out because that's not us. We shouldn't do
50-50.
But I can't control the fan base. They're very crazy sometimes. So we'll see what happens. But I just like the direction of where Kentucky athletics is as a whole. So
Oh, I do too, man. I feel it. But hey, man, thanks for calling in as always, and have a safe trip home to Kentucky next week.
All right, appreciate it, guys. Go Cats.
Go Cats. Caden, you said it was going to be about 50-50. Yeah, man, I still think he's going to get some booze when he comes in with the Arkansas Razorbacks.
That's not me dogging it. I'm just saying. I'm just trying to be realistic. People will boo. I mean, we boo every team that comes in, and every coach that comes in, and it'll be some added stuff to his.
Yeah, it could be Florida A&M, and we still boo them. So,
exactly.
You don't even know who it is. We're booing them. Mike Dowd says when Shaq was at the Orlando Magic, Jack Gibbons said Jerry West came to Shaq with a blank check from the Lakers and told him to add his amount. Shaq put $100 million, and West said done. You see Shaq doing that?
Oh, $100 million, man.
Sounds like Cody. Yeah, I'm
should be what you do on these job applications, Coleman.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, done. Yep. It wouldn't be $100 million, but hopefully be close. But well, hey guys, we'll go ahead and wrap it up here. We're at an hour. So, Caden, do you have any suggestions for a name show?
Yep, Talking Batcats.
Talking back, dude, you nailed it. I mean, it's Omaha this weekend. Talking Batcats is perfect. I don't think we talked a lot of baseball on the show, but I am excited. And Mangione's a good guy. So, and he did say all the glory.
We're talking
God.
Omaha.
Or talking Omaha is good. I like talking.
It's got a ring to it.
I feel like everybody could say Omaha, but not everybody could say Batcats. So I feel like we got to pay tribute to the Batcats. But
Josh says, I like your backgrounds. Yeah, Josh, we've used these several times. Pulled them back out.
Yep. Yeah, we're pulling
all
out
right,
the
Josh confirmed it.
Here. Okay. Yeah, well, if you said it and Josh said it, I think it's good. So we'll do that. But probably going to stick on our regular Thursday nights here. May do 7, may do 7:30, may do 8. Who knows? But we'll be on here at some point. Just let it. Follow our page. You'll be fine. But well, Caden, you got anything to add?
No, just that Tennessee better not win this thing.
They better not win it all. I will ask Mark Pope if he plays the trombone, and I will report back next week. And we'll see how the Batcats are doing next week, too. And I'll also thank Jackson Robinson for picking Kentucky finally. Maybe I can do that.
You can do that. And thank the other 13 of them, too.
Yeah. Thank you for
understanding. We have 13 new players.
Thank you for understanding the assignment. So, well, actually, we have 12, but it's going to be Will Riley's going to be the 13th. So
oh, sorry. Yeah, I was just making an assumption.
You're assuming. I mean, after he goes to the Arboretum and Kentucky Native Cafe, it's going to be a done deal, right? So
yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Exactly. Well, for Coleman Scott and for Caden Holmes and for Josh Hart, who says we got a better roster than Arkansas, that's a fact. I agree with that. This has been episode number 98 of Talking Kentucky, Talking Batcats, and we'll see you folks next time. Go Cats!